Gadsden, Alabama. Once an industrial powerhouse, the city of Gadsden was washed out in the floods of economic change. Years later, redevelopment and revitalization efforts have put Gadsden back on top. A city rich in culture, history, diversity, and the stage for the best crappie anglers in the country to face off for bragging rights and their share of more than $49,000, including first prize, a Ranger RT 188C. It's the first stop of the 2018 American Crappie Trail. Neely Henry Lake, more than 11,000 acres of prime crappie habitat, did not greet the anglers with open arms. During the practice period, 3 inches of rainfall in 2 days forced Alabama Power to switch on the turbines and draw down the excessive lake levels. The result? Muddy water and nasty currents that have made it nearly impossible for our teams to find a stable pattern. With nighttime temperatures at or below freezing leading up to day one of competition, conditions could not be more challenging. Who will come out on top and take home the new Ranger RT 188C? Find out next, right here on the American Crappie Trail, presented by B&M Fishing. Day one of the first tournament of the season. When conditions are this tough, anglers don't want to risk losing their spots to opposing teams. So lines started forming for the 5 a.m. live well check at 4:15.
During our live well check's ready to go. Get it done.
Wednesday, we found a little cut up the river that's about 3 boats wide, and if it blows and storms or whatever it wants to do, we can catch them in there, I think.
All right, General Tire.
I think it's going to be a real good weights come in today. I think everybody's going to catch them. I hope we're one of them.
It ain't looking good, though. They didn't catch many yesterday.
There's so much current out there. We can't hardly fish in the current, so we're just going to fish these little nooks.
We're up against the best in the world, so I mean, it'd mean a lot to beat these guys.
American Crappie Trail here at Neely Henry, my old home stomping grounds. You know, it's been a tough practice week for these guys. Matt, what do you think?
Couldn't have said it better. To be very honest, they had 3 inches of rain last week. The river has been totally out of control. However, day by day, it's getting better. They're gonna catch a pile of fish today, I have no doubt. It's gonna be who has the guts to get on that river where they haven't had the ample time to practice to catch 2 big kicker fish and have a possible chance to win a Ranger boat tomorrow.
I think everybody will have a limit.
That's what it's gonna come down to. It's gonna be an exciting day. I promise you, you wanna stay tuned. They will catch a lot of fish, and there's gonna be some good ones.
On the water, teams spread out launching from Rainbow Landing, Lake Shore, Canoe Creek, Green Sport Marina, and Coosa River Landing. The majority of the field splits into 2 basic groups, zeroing in on either creeks or the main river. The spring has not been kind to anglers throughout the South, and Neely Henry is no exception. With wild weather patterns affecting the timing of the spawn, the big females are spread out between the deeper water staging areas and the shallow waters. Near Cedar Bend, 2017 Anglers of the Year Ronnie Capps and Steve Coleman are fishing double minnow rigs out of the front of the boat.
Hey, we're minnow rigging in main river current out here, and I tell you, it's been a nightmare really dealing with all the structure, but that's where the fish are. We're not getting many bites.
Nobody feels the pressure of the first event of the year more than these 2 anglers. They have a target on their back as the rest of the field sets their sights on ruining a chance for a repeat victory.
They're always going to come after you, you know. If you're on top, you know, they won't knock you off that pedestal, you know, as hard as they can. But that just gives you a little more determination to stay on top and fish a little harder. And which when we do, you know, we give it 100%, 110%, you know, we never slack up. You know, if you're with us, you know, all throughout the day, we never slow down. You know, we don't hardly eat anything, drink anything. It's wide open all day long. And that's what you got to do, stay on top.
Will Capps and Coleman find the big fish they need to get them started on their run towards a repeat victory? Or will a field of the best crappie anglers in the country prove to be too much? Stay tuned to find out what happens here on Neely Henry Lake and the American Crappie Trail.
Lucas Oil's Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Outboard Engine Oil will not only produce a level of confidence with each trip to the lake, but also provide trust backed by rigorous testing on the track as well as on the water. Lucas Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Oil has an extensive additive package that will provide clean burning, smooth running, and maximum performance stability to any outboard on the market today. Lucas Synthetic Blend 2-Cycle Oil will not void your manufacturer's warranty. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine Products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
More than a century ago, General Tire was born, right here in America. Since then, we've made a name for ourselves by making tires you can depend on. Tires built to handle any road this country can throw at them, and relied on by every kind of driver. So you know that no matter where life takes you, with General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Clean up your toughest messes super easy, super fast. Only Super Clean is formulated to do the work for you. Just spray it on and watch the grease and grime wash away. Super Clean is the only cleaner degreaser that is scientifically formulated to kick any mess to the curb, so you can move on to more important things. For all of your greasiest, grimiest, toughest tasks around the house, shop, or garage, Super Clean gets the job done. Super Clean. Super easy, super fast.
B&M Poles, the #1 crappie pole company in the world. Whether you are jigging, trolling, pulling, or pushing, B&M has your pole. Third-generation family company with over 7 years experience. Home to the Bucks Graphite Jig Pole, the first and best-selling graphite jig pole in the U.S. for over 35 years. Visit bnmpoles.com for yours today.
Here at Frontier Metal, keeping our customers satisfied is our #1 goal, and quality is a must. Our managers and founders have more than 25 successful years working in the metal roll forming and building materials industry. We offer a large variety of wood in our lumber yard, as well as the highest quality premium metals made in the United States. Whether you're just looking for an extra sheet of plywood or a truckload of metal for your next project, you'll always talk to a crappie fisherman here at Frontier Metals, proud supporter of the American Crappie Trail. This episode of American Crappie Trail is brought to you by Lucas Oil Marine Products, made in America, sold to the world. General Tire, anywhere is possible. Ranger Boats, driven to dominate. Evinrude, the official engine of the American Crappie Trail. Mid-State Seed, firmly planted in partnership. And these other fine sponsors. Welcome back to the 2018 American Crappie Trail here on Neely Henry Lake, Alabama. 15 minutes into the tournament, the team of Robert and Dwayne McCord from Kentucky are gambling that they can catch 1 or 2 big whites early to put themselves ahead of everyone else.
We're from Wingo, Kentucky. This is my dad, so Team McCord's what we go by. We use Jinko fishing products normally. Right now we're using some 16-foot Jinko poles. Caught several fish, but the weight ain't what it's been all week. Welcome to tournament day, right?
The team of Preston and McGee are fishing a flat off of ledges, facing a very light bite. The team has been able to put 7 fish in the boat and are looking to upgrade to bigger fish.
Seems like these fish they're on the move hard right now. They're wanting to spawn. This whole weather just keeping that surface temperature down, and they're biting so light you just kind of got to let them play with it a little bit until they decide they want to eat it. And it's kind of been that way all week a little bit, and then that seems like as it warms up during the day, I think they start getting a little more aggressive.
It seems like they play with it forever before they'll actually get a hold of it. And then sometimes they don't even ever get a hold of it.
In Beaver Creek, a lot of boats have congregated, which is not uncommon in crappie fishing. In this springtime pre-spawn period, These anglers are going to stick to areas where they're catching fish. And as the temperature rises throughout the day and the water warms, those bigger females should start to move into the shallow areas.
All these fish in here, cookie cutter size fish, a lot of them, and you got to kind of just weed through them. We're doing some long line trolling, or so we would call it pooling. And we're catching a bunch of fish. We probably caught 40 fish this morning already.
The team of Lloyd and Gainey is putting their hopes on covering more water and catching more fish to cull through the smaller weights and find some big kickers.
You know, you can catch a lot of fish pooling, and they're coming up in here to spawn, stage up in here, and we can kind of go through here faster than everybody else, and we'll cover more water, and more water we cover, the more fish we catch. Seems like those guys may be catching bigger fish sitting over the top of them. I'm not sure, but this is what we're going to do today. We're going to live or die by it.
This is 15-year-old Drew Morgan's first ACT event, and he's fishing with veteran angler and 2017 second-place finisher Kent Watson, the Lucas Oil team.
All of our bigger fish that we caught yesterday have came later in the afternoon, so we're hoping that happens again today.
Catching a lot of fish, just the size and what we're looking for. You know, we probably have 7.5 pounds. We need to improve that about 4 pounds to have a chance.
Watson's 2017 partner Matthew Outlaw has partnered with his father this year, veteran angler Whitey Outlaw, leaving the opportunity for young Morgan to get in the game.
Digger, he didn't have a partner this year, so I asked him if I could be his partner, and he said yeah. So
from daylight to dark, he go out there and he fish hard, as good as any adult. Stay excited about it. And we have a good time when we're fishing. We have fun, laugh and joke, make fun of each other. He just let that 2.5 pounder go again.
No, I did not.
Every team entered in this tournament has got as good a chance as anybody else to win it, I believe.
The team of Stewart and Stewart have a few fish in the boat and desperately need some bigger bites.
It's a fine lake over here, got a lot of fish in it. It's just we hadn't really located a real big 2-pound fish.
The Stewarts are trolling straight minnows in 10 to 12 feet of water.
Bites just kind of on and off. We caught some fish later up in the day, and they were biting pretty good first thing this morning.
We started the tournament at the back of the creek. We knew we could pick up some fish back there. We wanted to get the 7-fish limit. A lot of boats back there, a lot of pressure on the fish. They're having to share a lot of fish. We've been out here on the creek channel, and we've caught some good fish out here. They're just very slow. Now we're trying to pick up the kickers.
The current in the river has really slacked off this morning as no water is being pulled to generate power. The Angle Coolers team of Solomon and Walters know that they're fishing a stretch of river that has a lot of cover and structure. Since the water is not moving nearly as hard as it has been the past few days, they're taking a calculated risk to come out here and try to catch a couple of big fish on the river. However, the current is projected to get stronger as the day goes on. They have about 6 in the boat right now, nothing huge, but no matter which way you turn on the Coosa River, you can hook a 3-pound white or black crappie. Lots of huge fish live in this body of water.
The action's heating up. Stay tuned for more on American Crappie Trail.
We put the Rockport Rattler to a real test. 2 champion anglers using 4 rods with the competition jigs against 4 rods using the Rockport Rattler. The result, the Rockport Rattler outfished the competition 10-1.
Rockport Rattler Gray Head.
This patented rattling jig contains a rattling chamber in the body of the jig. The rattle is amplified by using water as a conductor,
Rockport Rattler,
making fish hear it at much greater distances, just like a dinner bell for fish.
If you don't have a Rockport Rattler, you ain't catching crappie.
Land, water, seed, and sunshine. It's what farmers need to make things grow. At Mid-State Seed, we take pride in our partners and grow friendships too, providing quality seed farmers can count on. From quality control to packaging and shipping, Mid-State Seed works hard to distribute affordable product from America's heartland. Mid-State Seed, firmly planted in partnership. Abernathy Cycles, an authorized powersport dealership in Union City, Tennessee. The nation's largest Polaris ATV and UTV dealership. Unbelievable selection, new model ATVs, motorcycles, scooters. Experienced staff with over-the-top service, repair, and diagnostics to keep your vehicle running at top performance. 64 years of the best quality service and the best quality products. Abernathy Cycles, proud sponsor of the American Crappie Trail.
Launching a Ranger aluminum boat that's cut full of holes may sound a little crazy, but with so much closed-cell foam inside, it's easy to see the added safety and stability. It's a huge confidence booster, especially with so much quality inside, along with ever-new D-Tech's unrivaled performance and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance. Ranger Aluminum is built to excel and priced to be yours.
Power your Ranger with Evinrude E-Tech.
Mission 22 is dedicated to unite the country in the war against veteran suicide. Bringing our veterans home is every American's job. Ambassadors are creating impact in their community across the country. Mission 22 has comprehensive treatment programs for post-traumatic stress and traumatic brain injury at no cost to veterans. This is an American issue. No matter where you stand, there's a place for your support. Visit mission22.com to learn more.
For over 30 years, Lucas Oil has provided the very best products for the land and sea. From this success stems another amazing product from the Lucas Marine lineup, Lucas Slick Mist Marine Speed Wax. Just spray it on and wipe it off. Lucas Marine Speed Wax will make your boat look brand new and provide great UV protection. Apply Lucas Marine Slick Mist to wet and dry surfaces in sunlight or shade. It's ideal in both fresh and saltwater application and prevents hard water deposits. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
This Lucas Oil team of Moss and Calhoun have 8 or 9 fish in the live well now and are trying to upgrade to a bigger class of fish. With a limit in the boat, they're sitting good to finish strong on day 1 if they can find just a couple kicker fish.
Well, we got jigs on the bottom and a minnow on top, and we've got an underwater point here that you can see on the map. And we've caught 3 or 4 fish off of it. It's kind of slow. That's what we're hoping for, but we're hoping for them
twice as big.
Twice as big.
We caught everything this morning on just either a jig and minnow or a straight minnow.
The Abernathy's team of Blackley and Turner started off their day up in Beaver Creek, but with a lot of other anglers crowding the area, they quickly changed their game plan.
I just know from experience, normally big fish, when you get in a big crowd like that, they're really hard to catch or impossible. You spread them out too thin. We'd found some fish out here on this flat earlier in the week, and some good female fish. It was full of eggs. And just come out here to get away from the crowd and try to catch some bigger fish. We got our 7 fish. We ain't got hardly, any good weight, but hopefully we can upgrade out here. That's what our game plan is, and try to increase our weight.
Alabama Power has been generating electricity all week, and this team has seen the fish moving in and out of the current. Today, with the current running light, it seems that the fish have moved out a little, and this is where they're hoping to find the bigger fish. The Super Clean team of Caps and Coleman are staying away from the creek channels and are fishing the main river.
I don't have the fish in the box that I was hoping for, but we do have about 4 monsters. I'd qualify as top end fish, so we're still looking for about 3 more. I'm telling you, it's not a nail biter out here because that's just not too many bites. I think this is the quality to win with. I've seen a lot of the fish come out of the creeks, and they're just not as big. So we set our sights on doing exactly what we're doing.
As with everything in competition, there are no sure things, and Caps and Coleman are feeling that as someone else is sitting on one of their top producing spots.
We hadn't changed the game plan. We had one of our very important spots that got a friend of mine that's sitting right in the middle of it, and I didn't know he found them as well, but it's a really good spot that was going to pay off for us with some numbers.
The team of Lloyd and Gainey currently have about 9 pounds in the boat.
I don't know what it's going to take to win this tournament, but pound-and-a-half fish have kind of been hard to come by.
Longline trolling at just over 1 mile per hour allows the team to cover a lot more water than the anglers who are pushing baits out of the front of the boat. This pattern encourages a reaction bite from the fish as the bait travels past at fast speeds. Although longliners may catch more fish, wading through the numbers of small fish to find the big kickers is the same problem every team faces. With teams like Lloyd and Gainey, who are not locals and must travel to the area, American Crappie Trail levels the playing field with a 10-day off-limits period prior to the 4-day practice period. This creates an equal starting point for all the anglers. The Lucas Oil team of Morgan and Watson are still searching for that kicker fish. This team primarily spider rigs or tight lines.
So we're spider rigging. We have a plain hook with a minnow on it, and then on the bottom we have a jig. We're just trolling 0.6, 0.7 miles an hour.
We're hoping any minute that our whole day could change. All it takes is 2 or 3 good bites and we're back in the ballgame.
The way the weather is today, you can kind of concentrate on those areas and try to stay where you're getting bit at, and if it kind of eases up, we'll move on maybe till we try to hit another area. So we've been finding these fish are schooled up, and like I say, usually when you find some, there's going to be some more in there with them.
The anglers are split up between the rivers and the creek. Stay tuned, there's more action to come on American Crappie Trail.
Many people look at a lake and feel a sense of calm serenity. Crappie fishermen feel the heart-pounding anticipation of the thump. That's why host Russ Bailey is addicted to crappie fishing. It's this addiction that takes Russ from the Midwest to the Deep South in search of the best lakes, techniques, and patterns from some of the best crappie anglers in the country. Right here on Brush Pile Fishing.
B&M Poles, the #1 crappie pole company in the world. Whether you are jigging, trolling, pulling, or pushing, B&M has your pole. 3rd-generation family company with over 7 years experience. Home to the Bucks Graphite Jig Pole, the first and best-selling graphite jig pole in the U.S. for over 35 years. Visit bnmpoles.com for yours today.
This episode of the American Crappie Trail is brought to you by B&M Fishing. Quality, performance, and service for over 70 years. Super clean, super easy, super fast, super clean. Angle Coolers, the original high-performance cooler. Power Pole, swift, silent, secure. And these other fine sponsors. Rush and Outlaw are still working an area where a creek meets the river channel, looking for those bigger kicker fish.
If you can get a good weight the first day, you need to save some for the second day. And we're not on large schools of fish where you can just hammer them all day long and have additional fish the next day. We're out here where the fish are scattered, so if we get what we want, we're gonna pull off these fish and come back tomorrow. But right now we're looking for kicker fish, and it's a 2-day tournament, so we just want to be in the running for the second day.
It takes just seconds to hook one of those big Neely Henry slabs to make you look like a hero at the scales. The determination that Solomon and Walters are showing right now is what it takes to help ensure you don't miss that big bite.
We had a limit probably by 8:30 in the morning, but it's still not the quality fish we were hoping for. They're just pound fish. Hopefully if we can build on that. Hate to leave biting fish to go find fish. But we got a couple other spots we want to check out today. We'd like to have about 10 to 12 pounds. I don't know if that's possible, but I'd like to have that at least.
Current's flowing to the south, and it seems like we get a lot better bite going with the current, flowing with it, rather than trying to fight against it. So probably what we're going to start doing, making our drift, reeling up, and then going back and making another drill. We don't get any bites going into the current.
For all tournament anglers, making the call to move to another spot can be a tough one. A tournament can be won or lost by making that decision to move.
You just don't know with this quality anglers what, if you move to your next spot, they might have done been on it all day and might not be no fish left on it. So, decision making is the key to being successful in tournament fishing, no doubt, and a lot of luck.
But all in all, man, we're satisfied. I think we're going to put another fish or two in the boat here in a few minutes. So that's what it's all about. You know, we hadn't had to deal with any adverse weather, so we're just happy as we can be over that part. Hadn't had any competition really on our places that we wanted to fish other than one, so that too's in our favor. But we got a long run spot, and we're sitting here right now debating on running to it, and I don't know that we need to spend that much time going down there. I think we better just stay right here.
As time winds down for the anglers, they must now get to the weigh-in line before 4:00 p.m. ACT will be using a drive-through weigh-in at Neely Henry. Only 7 fish may be weighed, and all 7 crappie must be alive when entering the weigh-in line. Teams presenting more than 7 fish will be disqualified. The tough practice week has turned into a great day of fishing, with most anglers bringing in full limits of fish and weights that are separated by hundredths of a pound. With 1.47 pounds separating first and fifth position, it was the super clean team of Ronnie Capps and Steve Coleman coming to the scales with 11.2 pounds to take fifth position.
You know, it's been a tough day for us. I think it must for everybody. A lot of big fish in this lake. I know there are. People's got stories about catching them all week, and man, I'm surprised they didn't show up today.
Doug Mensch and Tommy Crane are in fourth place with 11.36 pounds.
More than I thought it'd be. I was hoping for 10, but that's a pleasant surprise.
The General Tire team of Matthew and Whitey Outlaw in third position with 11.69 pounds. The father and son team of Terry and Cole Stewart weighed in a bag at 12.09 pounds for the second spot. And first place was held by Dock Shooters Randy Pope and Steve Dietz with a monster bag of 12.67 pounds.
Guys, congratulations on a great day one start, 1267. Thank you now.
After the anglers crossed the scales, there was only 1.47 pounds separating first and fifth position. Day one on Neely Henry did not disappoint, with the top 10 teams as follows. What will day two bring for the anglers? Will the conditions hold? Let's check in with Matt Morgan and Sam Heaton.
The Dock Shooters put on a clinic today. Pope and Dietz from North Carolina come to Neely Henry. They shot docks, they put a clinic on, they caught all big black crappie, and they all looked alike. The only question I have, Sam, tomorrow is going to be cloudy. Today they had some sunlight conditions. Can they duplicate?
Will those fish stay under those docks when that cloud cover moves in and it's not bright and sunny? Can't wait to see what happens. So whatever you do, don't miss next week's episode of American Crappie Trail here on Neely Henry.